Hello and welcome everybody to my new video. So I sort of quite often have a little think about what I'd like to do, and sort of wish that I'd do sort of the whole project thing and release videos to you in a bit more of a scheduled manner. You know, sort of every month I try and do my favourites, like toiletries, and I have my cooking videos, and I have guided visualizations, and I have like the more ASMR directed ones, which are, you know, the role plays. And I also now have my travels through lucid dreaming, which I will be filming the third video too, either tonight or tomorrow. I've just been collecting a few dreams to talk about, and I often get asked about my old house. Obviously, for those of you who have watched me for the year and a half I've been making videos, or have, you know, had a look at previous videos of when I was making them a year ago. I was in a much different house. I was in the country, not the city, and I had lots of sort of wooden furniture and things, and behind me in most of my videos I had a large dresser with all of my tea collection and my many teapots and teacups and different types of teas, and, you know, sort of Chinese tea, sort of instruments, things like that, which I have all of that still. It's just in storage. I did move into an apartment in the city due to new job and life change, basically. So when it's a bit of a transient period, so I will be actually moving back, not into that same house, but into something similar, and it'll be nice and cozy, because I too miss all of those things, and I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I often get asked for like tea videos. I did a lot of tea videos previously. I had flowering tea, and I showed you some of my tea collection, and yeah, I get asked every single day whether I would do another one. So I thought what I would do is sort of go through different teas with you, and each video choose a different type of tea. This kind of video is done already. One of my favourite whisperers, Whisper Mister One, does these videos, and ASMR does them with Pepsi, I think. And I forgot his name because it's a really difficult one, but I've just really got into watching his channel. He does his with different beers, and he does like a review of beer, and I really enjoy his channel. Except he just did one recently. It was quite a scary doll. I just watched The Conjuring, so I think I decided I didn't want to watch that one. Excuse the bike noises as usual. I'm filming quite early in the evening tonight, so there's going to be a little bit of background noise. So anyway, I went out shopping today and got myself a couple of teas that I wanted to review. Ones I haven't had before, and I went a little bit out of my comfort zone as well on a couple of them. But today's video I'm going to be reviewing Honeybush tea. It was really expensive. I sort of only really wanted sort of enough for 1 or 2 cups of tea. However, you go in there and you start talking, and they're sort of selling it at 100 grams. It's like €17 for 100 grams. I was like, oh my god, I don't need 100 grams. But anyway, so I got 50 grams, and I also got now. This one's a pyramid, which I've not ever had before. My one I had that I used was a heart on a stick, but this at work. And it's also not looking too good. It's sort of gone tea stain colour. So it's a metal pyramid, which I think is quite cool, and for €4, a little bit of a bargain. I like that a lot. It's quite sturdy too. It's a lot sort of more firm. I think that's quite nifty. So I'm just going to put some to start letting it brew, because this tea is actually quite a long brewing one. It's 10 to 15 minutes, which I would never have the patience for. So here we go. This is Honeybush. Now the company I've got this from is Love Organic. Excuse me. I believe that they are a Parisian company. Definitely French company. So I've got the Agriculture Biologique on the back, and they're all organic teas. It says that this tea smells like honey, although I can't personally see that right now. Strange French wine. Is that going to fit in my wine glass? The reason I want to do it in a wine glass is because I want to see the colour. Of it. Ouch. While it brews. I wonder if there's anything that I can put. No, I'd like you to sort of see it too. I don't think I have anything. How very unorganised of me. Okay. Nearly. Wait there 2 seconds. There we go. Sort of. As if by magic. So yeah, because it's such a long steeping tea variety, I thought I would do it in a glass, so as you can see. So I wanted to actually have a little look at, do you like my teapot, by the way? They got it for me for Christmas. Okay. I wanted to actually have a look at the tea itself. It's really annoying because I actually live on a pedestrian street and they're not allowed up here. The French don't listen to rules. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can really see that well, but it kind of looks like ground up bits of stick. and leaf, and it smells like garden, but like dry woodland garden. It's really nice though. It smells sweet, it definitely does smell sweet, but I wouldn't say it completely smells of honey. So anyway, part of what I wanted to do with each of these is to sort of, I don't know, tell you a little bit about the teas as well. So I'm just going to candle and it's in the way. So basically, it's a South African tea. It's often compared to the rooibos or redbush tea, although it's not. Funnily enough, when I was doing my research on this tea, which is actually called, wait, I've got it written down, Cyclopia. It looks exactly like a gorse. I don't know. I'm sure that those of you from England know what gorse is. I don't know if it grows anywhere else. I don't think I've ever seen it here. But gorse is like a prickly bush, beautiful yellow flowers. And I think one thing that I learnt from watching River Cottage was that the flowers actually smell like coconut. And when my mum, who lives in the New Forest, and I went for a walk last year, I told her to smell the flowers, and she was really surprised. But these ones smell like honey, apparently. They must be the same family because they look so similar. The form of their flowers, the colour of their flowers. What I couldn't find out was whether the honeybush Cyclopia was in fact spiky or not. I don't know. So it only grows in small areas of southeast and southwest South Africa. And there are two very different ways to cultivate it. Well, not cultivate, but to process it. Cultivation is quite difficult, I think, so I read, although I really didn't go into too much detail about that. But when they're processing it, traditionally you cut the leaves and then bruise them and then let them dry in the sun. And that oxidizes the leaves, which gets them, stores them ready to become tea. But in modern day processing, they sort of put them in vats, heated vats, which go round and round and round. Traditionally, which I suppose is why they say you can steep it for this long, in parts of South Africa, they have it on their stove all day long. And apparently that fills the house with a really sweet aroma, and it has sets out for them. I'm falling over my words. For when they have friends around. Oh, it's a really, really nice smell. I think that's actually the nicest smelling tea I've ever had. It does smell just like rooibos, but sweeter. And it smells like honey. It really smells like honey. And I don't know if you can see. Yeah, if I create some shade there, you can see that the leaves are now falling as they become waterlogged, as the tea steeps. So yeah, common practice to keep it on the stove all day in case of guests coming round and filling the house with scent. And doesn't go bitter brewing, which is quite good really, because rooibos tastes horrible after you let it brew, and as does green tea. Once they have processed it, either in the traditional or the modern way, they sort it into three different types. So they've got superfine, which they put into string and tag tea bags. I guess are the ones you buy in packets. And then regular fine, which is swimming tea bags or as loose tea. And then the coarse, which is for all loose tea application. I really want to try it. I think that looks dark enough for me to try. The thing is, I know I'm going to like this, so I'm going to put it into my chicken cup. This is a Buff Orpington cup, and these cups are quite famous in England. They're done by Emma Bridgewater. I sort of see them everywhere. They've got quite a few different types. I got this one for my mum for Christmas because Buff Orpington is my favourite type of chicken. I had a Buff Orpington growing up called Buffy. I was a big fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And she was my first hen. No, she wasn't. She was my second hen. My first hen was Portia. I was the one that tried to peck out the dwarf's eyes. Pretty sure I told you about that. I think I did. No, Buffy was lovely. Buffy ended up having a heart attack because she got too fat. Anyway, there are many benefits to drinking honeybush tea. It's associated with helping those who suffer from colds and allergies, and that is definitely me. I know that this channel mostly revolving around voice. However, I get very congested with allergies, and I catch every cold possible. I catch most illnesses, to be honest. So it would be a good one for me to drink, and that's due to all of its antiviral and antibacterial qualities. And by drinking it regularly, it gives your immune system a big boost. It also has anti-inflammatory qualities. Right, I think I'm ready to try some now. It's really nice. It's definitely sweet, but not too sweet. Kind of tastes like it has had some sugar in it, although I know it hasn't. I really like it. I prefer this to red rooibos, but I love rooibos too. Yum, it's really nice. Among other things, it helps with asthma and chest congestion, and if you drink it while you're sick and congested, it also can help you release all of the phlegm in your chest. Nice. What else have I found out about this wonderful tea? It's full of vitamins and antioxidants such as iron, zinc, calcium, copper, potassium, sodium and magnesium. It is almost like drinking like a honey and water, but not at all sickly. Really nice. It's hugely useful in lowering fats in the bloodstream. Healthy these days. It can also fight nausea, constipation and bloating, and is recommended as a natural way of helping with menstrual and premenstrual tension in women. You can add milk to it. It also says you can add sugar and honey, but I don't really think it needs it, and I certainly don't think it would be quite nice with milk for a child, but personally I like it as it is. And finally, it's very low in tannins and there's no caffeine at all, so there's no effects on your nervous system. It's just all around very, very good for you. Yum! And I thoroughly enjoyed that. The next tea that I have to do in my next video, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it nearly as much. I really like that one, so I highly suggest that if I was to give it a 10 out of 10, I would give it a 10 out of 10. There was nothing wrong with that tea whatsoever. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to sit here and mill over another cup of tea. Yes. Good night.